Welcome back. We're doing a cool session. Oh wait, you know what? I want to bring up ear faces. Meg, I didn't tell you this, but I just woke up not that long ago. I was putting my kid to sleep, and he was in my lap, and I fell asleep for an hour, so I almost missed the session entirely. But that's okay. Let's dive in. So last time, from your perspective, the two of you, because you didn't play the actual last session, you all were with Milo, and I think just Milo, and you basically and the Dragonborn, and you were basically going around looking for the journalist Chisel, and you found him. And let me put your tokens where you actually are in town, which is actually not far from here. So you finished your conversation with Chisel. You were trying to gather some information, trying to figure some things out. And basically, the way I had to play it was essentially you two kind of cooked up this idea for something that you wanted to go and do. And you just said you were going to go. I'll say, just for brevity's sake and to save us some time, you all said that you were going to meet up somewhere specific afterwards. We're going to call that place the Grove. You're going to meet up at the Grove at a later time, relatively indeterminate, just several hours from now. You're going to meet up. One of the last things you saw was across the way. I forget who exactly it was that saw this. Maybe it was Grix. Either way.
No, it was Milo.
Milo.
Oh, no, it was Peaches.
It was Peaches. Okay.
It wasn't Grix. I knew that.
You saw Gellin in the window of his mansion hanging out with Captain Longass. And he was just chatting with him in the window. You just saw a brief glimpse, and then that was it. So you guys kind of cooked up this idea for what you were going to do next, and you went along your merry way. Now, I'm going to lay out some of the spots here so that you guys know, because Ethan had mentioned some places he wants to go. Just by chance, directly beside you is the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz. And if you wanted to go there now, you can go there now. Otherwise, right down the street from you is the market, as you can see outlined by those little buildings that are there. And other than that, you've got the Primordial Mansion, which you know where it is. I'm marking it with Gellin on the map. So that is where we've left you. Chisel is kind of arrogantly just kind of waiting around, like crossing his arms, looking at you. And as you kind of whisper to yourselves about what you're going to be doing, and he kind of gives you one last look over and just, well, keep in mind, you have 2 days before I produce this hell of a story. And if you have no objections, then 48 hours is what it will be. So best of luck coming up with all that extra evidence. I certainly hope you find something that might help clear your names of this mess.
And if we do find evidence, whereabouts could we find you?
I'm going to leave that up to you, because well, personally, I'm not particularly invested in you doing whatever it is you need to do. If you find something that you can provide to me, then great. Otherwise, I just can't care less. So you will have to find me. How's about that?
All right. We will see what we can do.
Toodaloo, then. I have some people to speak to. And he trots along his merry way, going about the rest of the town.
Can I cast detect magic on his shoes, because those sounded they didn't sound like footsteps. I'm kidding. I don't have detect magic.
You look at his feet and they're horse hooves. He doesn't have
Do it.
He's a mantador. No. Well, Peaches.
We need to go.
Like...
We need to go. We gotta go to his mansion. Come on. You can't deny that that's weird.
Listen, you're right. We do need to go there. We absolutely do, because there's zero reason for Captain Longass to be in that mansion.
Didn't you say?
But
Yeah, never mind. You stayed
what?
there
No.
overnight. Could you just like sneak in and kind of investigate?
Yeah, I can. I could get in there, and because I am welcome there. Anytime, any day or night.
To get me in?
If I need, I can't promise that, but if you're my guest, I'm sure Gellin wouldn't mind having you. Just
I think he might.
keep
know
it
what
on the
he's
keep it on the down low that you're from the mines. I don't know if he knows. If you're that's where you
Pretty
you
sure
work.
everyone here in this town knows that I'm from the mines.
Well, if he asked, we found you on the ship.
He knows
But
who I am. I was in the council meeting.
we didn't mention that you were from the mines. He just knows that you're buddy with
Fred
what
put me up
with
for
that
it.
one freaking stupid chick that you seem to be friends with.
I'm gonna save you guys some arguing time here. You guys have both been in this town for years, and pretty much everyone knows who Peaches is.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well,
He knows who
I might be able
am.
to sneak you in. I might be able to find like a door or back door or something like that once I get myself in there.
All right. I'm going to try and sneak around the house as well, I guess.
Before we go
I have no
there,
idea.
there's some housekeeping things that I need to get done because
You don't think we're on the time limit?
what do you think? Why? I mean, we can go there now, but do you really think he's gonna start trotting Captain Longass outside the mansion in broad daylight? You really think he's just gonna take him out and walk the streets with him?
Good point. But you said, I wonder if we could find another invisibility potion.
Well, and I'll point at the quartermasters. If everyone's gonna have it, they might. And I wouldn't mind taking a look in here. Might be something that. And I'll pull up my my little coin purse and shake it up now a little bit. And I do have some money to spend, and it is quite literally burning a hole in my pocket.
Okay. I won't question it. Yeah.
And
sure.
on our way to the mansion, do you mind just showing me where Wyatt might have gotten where Wyatt might have gotten his some clothes or just because I'll like show my arm that like my arm's like the the sleeve is like ridden up a little bit. It's obviously not fitting me at all properly.
Yeah, you're looking a little bit like Millhouse.
A little
Got
bit.
the flood pants on.
But I think let's just step in here real quick. Take a quick little peek. In and out, 5 minutes tops.
All right, I can show you. Or it is. Sorry, I just swallowed a chunk of ice.
Okay, so you guys head over to the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz. There resides this kind of medium height, kind of bulky build, female tiefling, just these piercing orange eyes, these jagged red horns that kind of curl back and forward. They give this very intimidating look to her. Slick black hair meets you otherwise. And it's a fairly unassuming front kind of shop entryway. You can see that the building itself is fairly large. There's clearly a lot of storage. It's almost like a warehouse with like a small shop up in the front. And the shop is not particularly well stocked. You can see a couple of things, a couple of pieces of weaponry, certainly some potions on a shelf. But for the most part, you can even hear just the kind of action of things being moved around in the back of the warehouse behind a nondescript wooden door that's behind her. And she turns to kind of meet you. Piercing eyes, very, very disarming look to her as she just kind of gives you a big smile as you enter.
I can fix her.
What was that about double twinning?
Jesus Christ.
We can fix her. We can fix her.
You can't put that in front of us, man.
You really can't. Like the worst two people to put that in front of.
I've already met her, actually.
I think you have.
Right? She was the one who I bought the clothes from for Akas.
No. That was different.
Ah.
That was a different
Well,
tiefling.
fuck.
Yeah, this is she goes by the name Captain Zendros. She is she's the quartermaster for Ayus. Now, I want to give you a little bit of a description of this so you get the concept here.
Okay.
So Ayus is basically this distant land that is it's kind of named after. It's a little bit of a weird story, but it's kind of named after like an evil god. It's got some history. It kept its name despite it becoming this kind of long and prosperous land that is now slowly building its relationship with the kingdom that you reside in.
We found a book about Ayus in the mansion.
You did. That's right.
Yes.
And so you basically the way that Captain Zandros uses this operation is she essentially has orders taken, and then within within either a week or a series of weeks, magic items can be specially ordered from the land of Ayus and brought back. Some things are kept in stock, but for the most part, she takes a lot of orders. You put down a deposit, and then she kind of places your order for you, which she would kind of reveal to you if you didn't already know, but most people know kind of how this operation works. Oh, new friends. I can't say that I haven't seen you in this shop before, have I?
No,
I don't think so.
you haven't. Always wanted to though. Always caught my eye.
Well, you must be on a fairly new path then, if you've been here for so long. Isn't it? It's Grix, right? And Peaches. I know of you.
I'll like slightly nod my head. That's correct. I am the Grix of the dogs.
I see. Well,
I am Peaches.
well.
I was gonna say yes, I am Grix.
Perhaps it's her stunning eyes and her kind of piercing gaze that's making you stumble over your words. But she again is very. You get this kind of warm feeling from her as she speaks to you, despite my terrible voice that I have today.
I can fix her. I can fix her.
Well, you must be on a very interesting change of course, Peaches. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, you did deliveries for the mine, very well loved from anyone that I've spoken to. And Grix,
I'm very lovable.
You're in the process of working your way up the prime water ladder in his organization, isn't that right?
Guilty as charged.
Yes, I've certainly heard about you. Again, what could possibly interest you that I have?
Well, as I've been told, I can make a special order here for particular items. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did I hear this correctly?
Yes. There is a bit of a deposit that you'll have to make, and there is a waiting period. I hope you're not in a rush.
Well, what's the waiting period? And I guess what's the deposit like? Or does the deposit change depending on item requested?
No, there's a 50 gold deposit, and it doesn't matter the item because, well, you won't have your hands on it until, of course, full payment is made. It's mostly just to ensure that you're serious about making the purchase. As for waiting period, it just depends on what it is that you're looking for. So, what is it that you're looking for?
Well, I'm looking for something that holds And I'll like kind of like look. I guess I'll turn my head towards Peaches, kind of leaning closer to Captain Xandros there, and try to whisper to her, looking for something that holds power, that I guess something a group could look up to for their source of power, in a sense, something to worship almost. You got something like that? An orb, maybe?
Like a religious artifact?
Yes, but I don't want it tied to I don't want it tied to a god, unless it's, well, a god related to someone like me.
Well, I think you'll have to be more specific. Are you looking for some sort of weapon or some sort of... I'm not sure I understand exactly what you need. I like to be specific and send my men for something specific so they can find it.
I'm pulling it up
Are you
here.
trying to become a god?
Pulling it up here. Where did I know I had my god stuff somewhere on my list here. Where the fuck? There it is. Do you think you could be able to find me an artifact of Bargrivyek?
That is specific.
What the fuck are you up to?
I could have somebody take a look. It may be a bit of a waiting period, though.
That's okay.
Maybe 2, maybe 4 weeks. And the price, depending on what we find, and we'll put together a few items if we can. It might be high.
It's okay.
Is there anything?
Just be aware, if it's of a certain amount, couple hundred, then when I come to purchase it and come pick it up, we might need to do a payment plan. I might not be able to put it all right away, and I don't want to take hold of it without paying the full amount that is requested. So I might need to, drop off payments until it's fully paid off. And I'm willing to do interest as well, as it does take up inventory in your shop, and you got to make sure there's room for others. If it's as expensive as you're making it out to seem.
I think we may be speaking slightly different languages here. And I understand that you haven't done shopping like this for yourself, and perhaps you're new to the world of either collecting or adventuring in magic items. Hundreds is, well, that's pretty baseline. Thousands is, well, now you're getting into some interesting items. Tens of thousands is really the power that you might have been describing earlier. So I at least understand your budget, and I will tell you that we have never done a payment plan, nor do we intend to. You see, that 50 gold is a sign of good faith that you are willing and ready to purchase from us. I hope that's understandable.
100%. Listen, it's an artifact of my people, and if it's possible for me to possibly get my hands on it, that's all I was looking for. And if you can give me if you're talking tens of thousands of gold, it's something I'll have to revisit you about then.
Well, again, it really depends. Ideally, we would like to come up with an assortment of items, and well, personally, I'd be interested to see what we could find. So the 50 gold will hopefully get you an assortment to search through. Maybe one of the items will be in that higher range, and perhaps a few will be in the lower range.
Okay. Well,
trust my services.
Oh, yes, of course. I guess I'll come visit you at a later time about that item then. In the meantime, though, what do you have for sale today? What could we walk out of here with? I see you have some potions available.
Yes, potions, scrolls. We have a few weapons. Not much, and there's a few that are a little bit out of your range, and you can. She kind of like waves up to this javelin that's in this like glass case, just hanging on the wall there. Um, this is in that upper range that I was discussing before, but we have some simpler items that I'm sure we'd be willing to let go for a bit of a discount as they've been around for a while. We have this rapier, and she kind of pulls out from behind the desk this like very fine looking rapier inlaid with all kinds of silver linings around, kind of swirling up towards the tip. She pulls out a couple of different potions, some healing potions, a couple of weird ones that you're not sure what they look like. There is an invisibility potion, as you kind of have played around with those recently. And then she holds out like this like open box filled with all kinds of different scrolls.
Okay. So is it? So it's just the rapier and then the javelin are the only two weapons that they're carrying right now, or is there like maybe like some daggers?
Actually,
Maybe.
she does pull out a dagger as well. The dagger is a little bit interesting looking. It's got almost like octopus tentacles kind of wrapping around the hilt, and they swirl up and they round and grip the this like central gem on the hilt that almost looks like an eye. The rest of the dagger, the blade itself, is relatively unremarkable, but the hilt is certainly unique.
What color is the eye?
It's like a faded yellowish green.
Peaches, do you see anything that's catching your eye?
That rapier sounds really pretty.
Uh, and it is. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to sell it, so we are reducing
Why?
prices. It just seems as though nobody's really been on the market for this type of weaponry.
Is it
Maybe
cursed?
nothing is cursed that we
Not?
sell
Oh, okay.
to our patrons.
Okay.
Um,
All right, see you later.
How much?
the
Well,
rapier.
hold on. Before we just start discussing prices here, Peaches, let's figure out, let's put together everything that we might be looking at, because it's not just the rapier that we're considering. We're also, I'll point to the invisibility potion, and we'd like to add that to our subtotal. And that
Maybe some
dagger,
help.
is not too shabby looking.
Sorry, what did you say, Peaches?
I said maybe some health potions.
Oh, some health potions. Okay, perfect. Okay, so
And do you have any items?
items.
Yeah, not weapons, not scrolls or potions, but items that are imbued with magic.
Well,
Enchanted?
I think that
Enchanted.
the dagger might interest you. So it's a pretty interesting piece. Most people don't use it as an actual weapon, given what it can do. So this, uh, in fact, let me show you. And then she kind of hands it out to you, holds onto the blade, and just hands it out in between the middle of you for one of you to grab.
I'll reach out and grab it.
She
Yeah, dick right now.
and she just kind of like waves her hand over you, which like the air in this like small shop space just kind of twinkles with this like green glow for like a half a second, and you feel that you've been instantly attuned to this dagger, at which point this kind of just faded green yellow gem, it forms this like black slit in the eye, so it's like the eye basically opens, and she says and she kind of like holds out her hand again. She says, now here, let me show you how this works. And she reaches her hand to take the dagger again. And she takes it and turns around, and she starts whispering to the dagger. And in your own head, you can hear what she's saying as though she's whispering it directly into your ear.
For now, Randy,
Oh,
Dagger of message?
So, if you have a fine spot for you to drive the blade where it won't be noticed, you can hear whatever you need to hear.
Oh, it's like a walkie-talkie.
it's so cool. That's so sick, actually.
The baby monitor. It's the coolest baby monitor ever.
It really is.
Now, this as well, I think it's probably due to the look of it. It is a little grotesque. This one also hasn't sold. Anything that we keep in the shop hasn't sold. And so typically we will reduce the price, but not by much.
Understandable.
Now the rapier, it's very simple. It's just a rapier with that cuts a little deeper than a normal rapier. And for you as players, I'll say that you interpret that as a +1 rapier. She says typically the rapier would be 600. I would be happy. I would be happy to let it go for 3 today. The same is true for the dagger. They're about the same price, 650 for the dagger, but I would be willing to let it go for 310.
Let me mind if I discuss this with my my associate here.
Sure, and before you do, we do trade-ins if you have anything of magical nature.
Oh, you do take trade-ins. Oh. I'm gonna put my arm on. I'm gonna like reach up and like grab Peach's like bicep and just like kind of pulling, trying to turn her around. And okay. Well, I have, and like I'm gonna be speaking in like a lower like volume, I guess. That way she doesn't really necessarily pick up on our conversation. So in my little baggie here, I got about 239 gold. I still have the golden apple and the golden skull. I don't know if she'll take those. Maybe we'll see. So we might need to pool her if you, because that rapier looks really cool.
I want it so bad.
Well, how much do you have? Because we might be able to pool our money together. You know what I'm saying?
I have 199 gold and 2 silver. So not even
199 gold.
Didn't you have starting gold too, Peaches? You should have had starting gold.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay. Because
I think I had like 15. What did we get from Buddy?
200.
Sorry, how much?
200.
200?
We each got 200, yeah.
What did I buy? Did I buy something?
Is her mic really like?
Yeah, it's just it's a little grainy.
Oh yeah, for some reason every time I click off of Vodnet or whatever this is, Ninja whatever, everybody starts crackling.
Oh, weird.
Oh, interesting.
It's good to know.
I think the only thing I spent. I got those loads for AUKUS. How much was that?
Probably not much. Not much. But I mean, you have what you have. If you figure out later that you didn't add the gold or something like that, just because it feels like you probably didn't spend that much. Like you definitely don't think you spent.
I know. The only things I've bought are the clothes and the If you can hear that, tell them no. The clothes and the pastries at the very beginning. That was like a couple.
Okay.
You should definitely have more than 200.
I might have just added it wrong. I think I'm really bad at math.
How much did you say you have currently?
199.
189.
Yeah, it feels like everything you've spent before only came out of 200. So I'm gonna go ahead and say just add the 15 gold. If we figure out that's wrong,
I don't even know if it was 15, so I'll take 10. That
10's fine. Yeah, 10 to 15 seems to be like the average for backstories, for backgrounds.
Now, Peaches, I remember You just paid
Oh,
off.
sorry, I just found 10 gold in my pocket.
Now, I know you mentioned that, or not mentioned, but I saw you hand over an ingot of gold to Giselle.
Ooh,
Got any more of those?
yeah, I think I do.
What's one of those worth?
Let me go.
I didn't even
through my
remember
notes.
that. Damn. I did not remember that.
When it comes to money, fucking Grix remembers everything.
Ooh, okay, wait. It had 10. I think I took 3. I didn't take the whole thing because I didn't think I could carry it all. So I think I still have 2 more.
Ingots?
Yeah,
How much is an ingot worth?
about 200, right? A couple hundred.
Where did
I
you
don't
get this
really know
from?
why.
From the mansion.
No, from the pirate ship. It was in the wizard's room.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, we also have gems, don't we?
I don't. You
I
might.
do, I think.
You both you and
mansion.
Lemon fucking looted the shit out of that looted the shit out of that ship.
No, it wasn't the ship. It's the from the mansion. The thing's eyes.
Oh.
I'm not very good at taking notes.
Well,
apparently.
Well, what if we just dump it all onto the counter and
Well, skin side table. Eyes seem like a dark green gem. We took the eyes.
Yeah.
I don't think they were magical because I think we were casting detect magic. So we have a couple of dark green gems and I have, I'm going to say 2 ingots left.
well, like I said, we can pool all our money together. You can get your rapier. I can get that dagger, which we might not even need to sneak into the mansion now. We can just throw it in there and done.
I didn't even think about
Or
that. Yes.
or
Okay,
I can
and the invisible.
or no, Peaches, hear me out. Okay, we get the dagger, right? We get the dagger.
Mhm.
You attune to it, so that way you can hear
Ooh.
it. I bring it with
And
me
you
inside the
carry it,
mansion, and
yeah.
I carry it around. And then I can accidentally, or I can give it to him as a gift. That way, it's like his, maybe he puts it on display in his mansion.
Interesting. I think I've been talking without an accent the whole time. That's a really good idea. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if we pool our stuff together,
Let's do that.
let's do that. Okay.
And let's try and get an invisibility potion anyways, because those came in handy the first time.
Yeah, because in case I can't get in, whatever, or maybe he doesn't want to take the dagger. Who knows? I like your idea with having a backup plan. Good idea. Yeah. So, okay.
I also might be able to disguise myself if I can get some new clothes.
Well, that's
And be
where I
able to
wanted to go.
have
That's
my
where I
voice
wanted to
ready
go
and all that.
next. So,
All right.
yeah.
So, sorry, what is the shopkeep's name again?
Captain
Zendros.
Xandros. Sorry, I had to scroll.
Xandros.
Zen, Xendros.
Oh, it's a Z. Fuck you.
And actually, I had that mostly right. Yeah. So, Captain Xandros. Right now, we're looking at the dagger, the rapier, and an invisibility potion.
Just to iterate, she doesn't have any like magical items besides like what she's shown us. I'm talking. I guess I'm more talking like a bag of holding or like an immovable rod, essentially. Like that's like the kind of items I'm like.
You're not allowed to have an immovable rod as a
No, that's fine. That's understandable. No, because I'm gonna take it and then I'm gonna do something stupid.
I have
with
a Kenku in my other campaign that has an immovable rod, and she's a ranger, and she'll use the immovable rod, Misty step up, click it, stand on it as a perch, and shoot people from in the air.
That's so sick.
It's fucking sick. I love
tried to use it to pierce a dragon's throat, and it didn't work.
Yeah, then the dragon killed me.
Yeah, then the dragon killed me.
He tried to solo a dragon at level 5.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, my idea was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean to stop it, but
That
the
is-
idea of going into the dragon's lair was not cool.
Okay,
That was
No.
but like literally Vox Machina did that exact same thing. They got in the dragon and then hit the immovable rod as the dragon was flying, and the immovable rod stayed in place. So
That's exactly what I did. And Frank's like, sucks to suck. You're dead. Fuck you. I'm not doing the physics math on that.
well,
They
yes,
had a
well,
way
yeah.
That's exactly his words, by the way, too. I'm kidding. But okay, yeah. So, but to answer my question, no.
No, seemingly not. Like it's a pretty bare shop, despite how like it is clearly a busy place. It's just the shop front is.
That's just okay. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So I know these are already discounted, but would we be able to knock off a couple, a little handful of gold for buying in bulk? And for being so pretty.
I know this is your first time at this place. This is definitely not bulk. This is a fairly small order. 3 items is. It might even be less than standard if I'm being totally honest with you. So, unfortunately, the price is what the price is. It is extremely generous, I have to admit. And the invisibility potion, we didn't go over that yet. That's another 200 gold. So your total would be 810.
800
for all 3.
Oh yeah, the rapiers were 300 each, not 200.
The dagger. Wait, hold on. The dagger and the rapier are 600. So you're telling me a fucking invisibility potion is worth 200 gold?
That's what she said.
Literally what she just said.
Yeah, she just said it was 200.
Fuck. Peaches, I don't think we need that invisibility potion.
I think we do though.
Now, I could give you a scroll of invisibility for 50.
Ooh.
Yes, that sounds a lot better.
You could use that, Grix, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I'm not very well versed in reading.
I might be able to teach you.
Maybe.
Okay, we can do that.
Teach me how to read.
I'll do my best. I don't even know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try our best.
Gonna go to bird school.
Oh fuck.
Which is for birds. All right. Well, the scroll's better than nothing.
So then it would be 660.
I can offer you 2 ingots of gold, worth a couple hundred each.
I could give you 190 each for those.
Wow.
90. Son of a bitch.
I mean, we are a place of business. I hope I'm not being offensive here.
No, okay. So if you're gonna take these ingots of gold, is it safe to assume that you would also take other gold, objects?
I mean, the ingots are easier to move, but they're not as easy as. I mean, I'm sure if you took them to another merchant that dealt in that sort of thing, maybe a blacksmith, they would probably give you a better price. If I'm just being honest, we don't usually deal in those. We'd have to move it ourselves. So just for the extra bit of time,
Peaches should
Would I know of any blacksmiths?
Yes, there's a blacksmith in town.
there is a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay. Would I personally know them is what I meant.
You definitely would. Yeah, I mean, the amount of deliveries that you do to them is above average. Also, I'm taking off my sweater. I'm in a fucking
yes, sir.
beard.
Yes,
Just spraying my
sir.
lip. I'm cold.
Woo! Hot dog.
Fuck, I wish out of everybody, I wish this was the other group today. Just for that moment. Carry on.
maybe we should come
I
back.
could go sell these. Yeah, I could go
Yeah,
sell
I
these.
mean,
And
yeah. I think we should quickly go do that. That way we get a better deal, and we don't get
is there
we're not leaving
anything
money
else
on the
we can
table.
do for you in the town in the meantime? Anything that might be able to knock a couple gold off?
I mean, if you could find me an apparatus of qualish, that would be great, but I doubt that you're going to find that. Oh, an apparatus. Look, if you
I
need
hate
some,
that I googled that and it fucking immediately popped. I don't even know what it is. I googled it. No idea what the fuck that is.
if you're looking for more work, how's about this? If you're looking for work, we've been on the hunt for one of those for a while. It was a joke, but if you are looking for work and you need some money, I've heard that you've both taken up a bit of an interesting new life. It seems as though the rumors are correct, as you're standing in front of me here.
What are the rumors about us going around right now? Because we're kind of uncertain, and people don't seem to be taking too lightly to us. I don't know why.
Oh,
Can you tell us what people are actually spreading?
well, it depends on who you ask. It seems like the dwarves are a little riled up about some event on some boat, something about their kin, um, something devastating happening there. Everybody else, I mean, your reputations do precede you outside of this new life, and I think that it is serving you well in the general consensus, though things are at odds, it seems.
Now, and I'm gonna put my fingers on I'm gonna lean out onto the counter and look at her, and I'm like, so is there anything Grix can do for you? And I'm just gonna walk my fingers along the counter and look at her, and I'll be raise my eyebrows
You do the lemon eyebrow
yeah,
wiggle?
can I do the fucking can I roll to see if I can do the eyebrow wiggle?
You know what? Yeah, give me a performance check.
Let's go, baby. All right, let me just make sure it's hold on. Make sure it's all linked up here. Un momento, por favore.
No.
Performance check, you said?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Also, I'm listening to that.
What the hell just happened?
I rolled a 19.
Oh my god.
Okay, you wiggle your eyebrows. It's really cool looking.
Oh.
And she just kind of stares back at you and kind of leans over. And I think there is actually, now that I think about it, you could find a apparatus of quality.
Hold up for me.
Oh. Yeah, I can't do that for you.
Apparatus of what?
Qualish.
Qualish?
No, I think it's a K actually. One sec.
What?
double K and then just Wallish with one L.
Where would a goblin like myself go about finding one of those for you? Wink, Captain.
Somewhere that
Did you say wink?
she winks back at you. Huge team of magical artifact finders haven't looked.
I'll keep that in mind.
Does that item sound familiar to either of us?
Give
Probably
me either a history check or an arcana check.
I'm not good either.
You know what? I will take a 12. Take a 12 all day, baby. You roll a 3.
3?
She rolled a 3 minus 1, so 2. I got 12.
So Grix, I'll say on a 12.
Is.
It's an item. It's you just know vaguely, you've kind of heard that name, Qualish. It just brings up a vague sense of steampunkery. But that's it.
Okay.
Oh. Steampunk, do you say? And Peaches is gonna like raise her leg and like lift the like pant leg a little bit and go, check out this apparatus.
We are both trying to get with this woman. It's so funny. I love this so much. I can fix her. I can fix her.
And she actually like, as you like lift your leg, she actually like grabs the ankle and pulls it onto her desk. She goes, fascinating. Who made this?
And who made it?
Wasn't
Is that
it?
written in my backstory? It was someone from the guild.
What are you doing, Frank?
Named
Oh, sorry.
name.
It's cards.
Because it's picking it up like clear, by the way.
Sorry.
Just I know. I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I don't think I named a name.
Okay.
Or maybe we wait. Maybe I did. Basic info. I don't know. I go through my friggin'. I am not good at using obsidian. Townsfolk.
I don't think
What the
she's
hell are
looking,
you
Frank.
doing?
Doing a dance. It's my bunny dance.
That's what he does to his kids and to me when he needs to keep me entertained.
When Ethan starts acting up, I just, hey, buddy. Oh.
I have no clue.
Let's pretend you know.
Yeah, let's say Steve.
Did you say Steve?
Hi.
I was gonna say Steve in my head. Oh my god, that's so weird. That's actually crazy. Weird. Fascinating. Has it ever given you any issues?
Yeah, I have to tune it up every couple days. At least like once a week, or it starts to get a little wonky.
Well, just a thought. If you do have something in the future that gets you paid a little more handsomely, we can come up with something to enhance that. Not only can we prevent it from running into issues, I've got a couple of ideas in mind. One of my tinkerers, I'm sure, could make something interesting out of this. And she like lets it go. Just something to think about.
Absolutely be interested in that.
Just keep in mind it's custom work, so it's pricey, but let's see how this first deal does for you. And you know what? Listen. I would like to keep you as customers in the future. I was thinking about the reputation that you were asking about. People seem to like both of you, and working your way up Gellen's favor, it's not exactly an easy thing to do. I'll give you full price on the ingots. I won't make you run around for that. But just know where treats you well. How's about that?
How about this to potentially help, I guess lean into our favor. I can get you a pass, a little slip for the docks for you not to have to pay dock fees for any of your items coming in for the next. I might be able to get you a couple months, up to a year even.
Can you give me that for the border?
No. I am Grix of the dock, not Grix of the border. Sorry, Peaches.
Grix of Detroit. Okay. If you can make that happen, that would be excellent. We'll talk about that once you make that happen.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
In the meantime, I think it is very appreciated to offer us the full price. So that would be 400. We're maybe 200 short. Is that 250? short?
260.
260.
Or sorry, no, 210. Wait, hold on. Where am I at?
You're taking the ingots at full price, so 200 each.
Oh yeah, so it's 660 is the total. So
260.
So 260.
I forgot what you actually wanted to keep.
60. I thought the scroll
It's
was
660.
50.
It's 300, 310, and 50.
Oh, 310. Okay. Which the rapier costs more?
Yes,
Or the
310.
dagger?
The
Doesn't
dagger.
matter.
The dagger.
At this point, it really doesn't
Perfect.
matter. They're both worth 305 now.
Yeah, there you go.
So can give those two for 400 each.
Would you be willing to take
offer-
this as some payment, and I'll pull out the golden skull and the golden apple, and I'll place them on the counter? If not, I understand, but I have to at least ask.
She like
Those
grabs
from the
them,
mansion?
like looks them over, taps on them. I'd give you 5 gold each.
What's that, 10?
Sure. 5 gold each. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. So
If you want to keep them, we can cough
I
up
don't
the
know.
gold.
No, it's okay. So we're at what, 410 now. So now we need 250. Well, I got 200 here, Peaches. If you can throw in the other
also have
50.
200. Let's
Very good.
Sure. Wait, so how much? So
How
you're
about this?
doing
How about this,
100,
Peach?
I'll do
Peaches.
150?
Peaches. Yeah, if you want to do 150, I can do 100. Sure, that works for you. Sure. And then obviously the 2 items.
Oh, wait a second. No, do 125 each. Split it in half.
Perfect.
Your dagger costs more.
Yes. Okay.
And
Yep.
you're getting
Sure.
the scroll.
Sure.
Okay.
And I will throw up the money.
Okay.
So
we're doing
125.
125. Okay. Perfect.
125 each.
It took us a while to get there, but we got there.
Math is the hardest part of D&D. All right. Actually, you should have saw us trying to solve the hypotenuse to find the range of somebody casting a spell. It was so funny.
Oh fuck! I remember.
So, so she takes the gold and the items and the ingots and everything like that, and you see her kind of like just like grabbing, kind of like the stack of gold, the ingots, and she just kind of like, it's almost like she just like puts it in the air beside her, and it just vanishes. It's like she's stacking it on an invisible shelf, basically, that's right beside her. And then the shelf isn't there because she just immediately then walks right through the space that she was loading up.
Fancy trick.
Now, I will say, just to save you some time, I couldn't help but notice you did have extra gold. If you want us to start that search, always better sooner than later is what I tell people. So, just something to think about.
My worry with you is if I can put the deposit down, that's not an issue. My worry would be if you guys were to find the item, an artifact of my god, and you guys were to bring it here, I wouldn't be able to pay for it, and then we would have an issue there, or you would have an issue with that, and I don't want that to be I don't want that to be an issue. So
I would say in that instance, I can guarantee, or your money back, something worth less than 500. And on top of that, I would say, and she kind of like looks up at you and just gives you this like, just her look just drives right through you. Bet on yourself. You've taken up this new life, it looks like. Adventurers have some pretty big windfalls if you take it seriously. I would say by the time you come back here, just bet on yourself. And maybe it waits in my shop for an extra month or so. At least you know we have it. Give me an insight check, both of you, as she's doing this.
Oh boy. Ooh, baby, yes, sir.
You watch in awe. This is one of the best sales pitches you may have ever heard. You can tell just by the way she's speaking. She's not necessarily like giving off untrustworthy vibes, but she is definitely trying to make a sale right now.
I will slam. I will grab my coin pouch, and I'll throw. She already sold me before the insight check was done. She had me sold. I'm gonna count out 50 gold and yeah, start that search.
You won't be disappointed, and I think it'll be a good thing for you to see just how a professional artifact finder works. We'll have something for you, and we'll come in. Well, we'll tell Gellin to let you know if we can't find you.
Perfect.
I have a question.
Absolutely.
Are you yourself well versed in travel?
Travel?
Have you seen a lot of the world
Well, I have
outside
at
of
least
Saltmarsh?
I've at least seen as far as Ayuz, which is quite a trek. But I can't say that I've been to all the corners that this world has to offer. My finders, on the other hand, they've
Do you
been
hear stories from them a lot?
some, if they come across interesting places. They talk to each other quite a bit.
Have you ever heard of a waterfall that looks like fire?
Hmm. That's very specific. I can't say that I have,
Writing
though.
that down.
The real, the real, the real chatterboxes on the docks. If you have the time to listen in, they talk about all sorts of things, and some of them are my own men. Others are also travelers. Even the fishermen sometimes travel to distant places to find interesting catches. If you have the time, you could listen in down there, see what you could find.
Thank you. Good place to start.
DM question.
Yes.
Upon Peaches mentioning a waterfall made of fire,
Mm-hmm.
would I have heard murmurings down in the docks about that at all?
Give me a history check.
I'll take a 16, baby. I'll take a 16 all day.
16. You've heard of waterfalls, but definitely not what's being described here.
Fuck you. Sorry.
Trying to help, I think. Or you're telling me fuck you?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I see.
Sorry.
Well, Captain, I think this is all for now, and I await your message.
You'll hear soon. A couple of weeks at most.
Looking forward to it. Peaches, is there anything else before
Nope.
we leave?
We'll definitely be back.
I will. I'll grab the dagger and hold on to it, and I will also grab the rapier and I will present it hilt first towards Peaches.
Take it and kind of swish it around and probably drop it.
Shatters into a million pieces. No!
Oh no, it was glass.
All right.
It's why she couldn't sell it.
And I will also grab the scroll of invisibility.
Okay.
And we
I'm
will.
gonna grab her hand.
Okay.
Give a little peck.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you for all your help.
Her skin is like a dark red, so she doesn't blush. But and she just kind of like puts her hand on yours and just, no, good luck to you. The path you've chosen isn't easy. And I certainly know about abandoning a previous life, so best of luck to the both of you reinventing yourselves. I am rooting for you.
Well, we're one step closer to that thanks to you. All right, let's go.
Yep.
One of us had to go for it.
That's true. That's true. I will. Yeah, I'll walk out of the shop, I guess.
Okay.
All right, you need some clothes. You look like a misfit.
Just just a little bit, I think. Let's go check out the market, and then we're heading to Gellens to see what we can.
Oh, this great place. I've been there once. They had
Do they,
clothes.
do they sell furs, possibly hats?
Did they?
Sorry, where? What are you doing?
We're going to the
Clothing
dock
store?
market
Okay,
where the
to the
clothing
dock.
stall was,
Perfect.
but I was asking Peaches if they had furs or hats.
I mean,
We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah, there are definitely places that do.
All right. Peaches, shall we saunter on over? Or are you gonna fly me across the river here? I'm just kidding. Actually, before we get going, can I see your leg for a moment? You're the one that you showed Captain.
I show him my regular leg. No. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna kneel down and I'm going to cast
I'm sorry.
mending.
I'm sorry. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
She's getting a phone call.
Okay. I'll at least say to you, well, you know what? No, I'll wait for this to go on.
Hidden Trails is Meg speaking. she can hear us. I forgot.
Dude, no kids trick or treat anymore.
What do you mean? Did you not get any trick or treaters?
We got like 5.
No, what?
Yeah, and I went out with my kids too, and like, I mean, there were definitely people out there, but it was like normally the streets are like packed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Probably playing Hardcore Classic.
I know. We got like, you've seen where I live. We got like around 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, they had to like trek up a mountain just to get to your one house.
I know. No, usually what happens is like we get like the neighborhood kids when it's still like light out, like all the younger kids, and then usually all the kid like because like there's a lot of older people here, so they'll get like all like their grandchildren will come out, and that's when they'll do the street as well.
That's good.
So, yeah,
that's good.
That's weird that you didn't get that many kids. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, okay, but what were you handing out? Can I ask? Were they the mini chocolate bars?
No.
Okay. What were you handing out?
Chips.
Gift cards to your escape room?
I should have.
Yeah. Just
the chips.
The small bags of chips?
Yeah.
That's it?
Bro, I knew I wasn't going to get any kids. We never get kids, so that's all I got.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, she's off the phone now.
Sorry about that.
All good.
So I casted mending on her leg.
Yeah. So I'll say like some of like the loose bolts kind of like tighten up a little bit. Little dings and dents in some of the metal kind of like pops out and smooths out. You know, kind of fixes any little hobble you might have had in your step, and it's
Thank
nice.
you. I really appreciate that.
You should have mentioned that you were having trouble with it earlier.
Well, I mean, it needs maintenance every week.
Well,
It's
let me know,
something that I have to go through, you know.
Well, I can fix it whenever you're having issues with it. I can just, and I'm gonna cast mending again on it. See, I can fix it whenever you want.
I really appreciate that.
Well, you did just put in like good amount of the payment for this new for this fancy dagger here, so it's the least I can do.
The least you could do. Yeah. Thank you. I will let you know if I need that anytime as well.
Absolutely.
Is that something you can just cast at will, or does it take up any of your power?
I wouldn't worry about that if I were you.
If you say so. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let's head to this market, shall we?
Sure. Did I talk to you about what I wanted to do with my leg, Brent? Or like not what I wanted to do, but like I don't think I did. Okay, we'll talk about it after.
Well, we talked about was like the look of it. and you were debating.
No, I was thinking about like actual like giving myself handicaps and stuff.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, we can talk about that.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can discuss that. But this might negate it. So
Yeah. Okay. So you guys head over to the market and busy, bustling as always. I will say, as you're moving now, kind of a little bit along the path of the town, you can see that the normal, hustle and bustle of the city, it's not necessarily like dead, but it's almost like there's this like chill in the air of, I don't know, things are just like a little bit quieter. It's a little bit strange. You can hear the docks from here. It's not quite as boisterous as it normally is. Clearly, everybody is like, they're a little bit on edge. Either way, you make your way up to the market here, and the largest clothing stall is actually one that Wyatt went to earlier. It's run by yet another tiefling, a little bit more kind of slender frame than the than Zendros, and excuse me, quite a bit more like handsomely dressed. And if that's the stall you would go up to, you can see her kind of like greeting everybody with a smile, trying to like pull people in to take a look at her wares, and she has just racks and racks of different types of clothes, clearly ranging from like a little bit of the more basic clothes all the way up to like fancier handcrafted clothes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll approach the stall.
Okay.
Look the tiefling in the eye and, well, I see you sell clothes.
I see that you're in need of clothes. When's the last time you went shopping? A couple years ago?
How'd you know? Is it that obvious?
Well, you're bursting out of those pants and that shirt.
Yeah, I kind of grew a backbone recently. That's why I'm here. I kind of need to get fitted for some new attire. I'm hoping you'd be able to help me out here.
Well, let's
he's
fix you
going
up.
through a growth spurt.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can't say I've actually seen a goblin quite as tall, but either way, let's sort you out. So, um, what's your price range?
Well, how about I tell you what I'm looking for, and then you can tell me how much it is, and we can go from there.
Absolutely, tailored.
I'm looking, preferably, yes. How
Okay.
much? Uh, I'm kind of looking for a nice fur cloak and some
Okay.
nice
Fur.
Yes, please. And a
Okay.
nice, if you have it, or maybe you know somebody that does, a nice hat with a feather on it.
A feathered hat.
That's
Yes.
appropriation.
Okay.
Sucks. Not my problem.
Do you want one of my feathers?
How about we take a look at what maybe she has? Maybe she doesn't have a hat with feathers, and if maybe there's a
maybe she
hat,
has
and maybe I
better
can take one of your
than
feathers.
I do. Homegrown
Let's
into
let
everything
me
yourself.
can I just want to peruse. I just want to peruse her wares and maybe see what she has.
Okay. So she kind of like pulls out a couple of different options in terms of sorry, you said you wanted a cloak with fur.
Fur cloak, yes.
So she pulls out a couple of different options. There's like fur lined cloaks, there's full fur, like it's clearly just like the back of an animal just fashioned into a cloak. Hooded, unhooded, basically the full gambit. And she basically tells you, depending on what kind of fur this is made out of, it's going to run you either on the lower end, you're looking at about 3 or 4 silver. On the higher end, it's going to be closer to a gold.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, not really looking for any particular animal fur, but if you can, I wouldn't mind a full fur cloak. No hood though. No hood, full fur cloak, and maybe some yellowish purple tunic to go, or just something to go underneath of it. I'm not
Something
sweating.
royal
I'm not.
looking.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I definitely want to improve my look for sure.
Okay.
How I present myself.
So she gives you 2 options on the fur cloak. One is kind of it's almost like a blackish gray white pattern to it, almost like a badger fur. And then she's got another one that's more like a beaver fur, so it's like a big kind of pelt. Both your size. And then she pulls out hats as well, and she's got There's kind of like some big crazy kooky looking ones with like feathers on either side of it. It looks like you're trying to be aerodynamic or something. And then there's some other ones that are much more slick looking. There's clearly one with like a big kenku feather that's nice and slick along the side. You've got bowler hats, you've got top hats, anything you need.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want you just what I like the look of a top hat for sure. So whatever top hat is going to look best with one of these full fur cloaks.
You
Okay.
trying to turn into the goblin leader from Warcraft?
I don't know
Can't
who you're
remember his
talking about.
name.
I can't. No, I have no idea who you're talking about or what you're referring to. But no,
Okay, so
I'm
she
trying
kind
to
of
look like a fucking pimp.
yes, I was gonna say this
So
is
yes.
clearly that direction. So she kind of pieces together an outfit. It's there's this like purple vest with like a forest green shirt. This she goes with the brown like beaver fur looking cloak, and then like a nice black top hat with a nice black kenku feather. It's barely noticeable unless you kind of get the shimmer of the light on it. She kind of pieces that all together and she says, uh, "A gold and a half, and it's yours."
Because you've taken the time to put the outfit together for me, how does 2 gold sound? Just something for you, something little gift from Grix himself.
Everybody seems to be generous today. I'm not going to say no.
It's just the people I found somehow.
Purple vest. So purple vest, forest green shirt,
I also
the
overpaid.
beaver cloak.
Oh yeah, and sorry, in black, but it's very
And
simple,
I
like
would
black
tail.
Beaver, sorry, black. Sorry, what? Black top hat.
dress pants.
Dress pants. Okay.
Yeah.
Beaver pelt, cloak.
I think you should get the cap with 2 feathers on the side because it might make you fly. Is the cap
Well,
red?
I was actually thinking of adding your feather to this hat. Add some to the. You said it was a kenku feather.
Yeah,
I
like a
don't
nice
know that I
slick.
want my feathers associated with that outfit though.
You just offered not to before this outfit was pieced together. You offered a feather, so I'm taking you up on that offer now.
Oh, fine.
Perfect. Yeah. So here's 2 gold, and then I'll put 2 gold down.
Okay.
And if you, and I'll like kind of like lean onto like the counter, put my hand on, like look up at her, and if you ever need anything from Grix or the docks, you be sure to let me know, and I'll wink at her, and I'll like grab the clothes and walk towards the I guess like the change stall.
Yeah.
And I'll throw the attire on.
Okay. And there are multiple, just like almost like just in the middle of this area here, these like little curtain racks that you can get behind. Okay. So you get pieced together. I mean, it's a little bit flashy with the hat, and the fur, but I mean, it looks good. You feel good.
Yeah, it does. I'll come out holding my hat, walk out to Peaches. So that feather. Can I just pluck one off, or do you want to do that?
Avoid that.
So no? Okay.
You will get one. I generally lose at least 1 per day.
Okay. I'll wait.
More when I'm molting. Oh no. I hate that that's canon now.
Is that like a once a month type of thing for you?
Oh my God.
It's like twice a year. Don't worry about it. Hopefully
Okay.
you'll never have to see that. You should have one by tomorrow. So I'm not gonna let you just pluck a feather.
Why not?
Actually, there might be some at my house.
I
don't
want to
really
reach and just
all that
try to pluck a feather out of her wing.
Okay.
try to avoid.
Okay, give me a contested dexterity check.
Do I get to roll dex then?
Yeah, both of you.
Just dexterity.
Yep.
Oh, wait, what? Did mine actually roll?
No.
Let me check. No.
There you go.
Ah.
So she
I put my hand out on his forehead.
All right. I can wait. I'll wait. I'll wait for tomorrow.
I mean, as soon as one falls out, I might be able to find one at my house.
I say we head to the mansion now, and I'll grab the hat and place it on. My ear is like sticking out the side underneath of it.
Do you want her to cut ear holes in it?
No, my ears don't point up. I'm not an elf. I'm not one of those people. I'm not one of those things. Oh god.
All right,
My ears go to the side. As you can see by my character avatar.
Can you still hear us? Or are you just talking?
I can still hear you.
Okay. Okay. Does Gellin have any servants? Do they wear a uniform?
Not to my knowledge, no. I've never seen one. And the night I stayed there, he was the one that answered the door, and when I woke up, he was the one that showed me out.
So Grix, I'm gonna let you know, when there he has a lot of parties and like guests and stuff like that, he's definitely got servants during those times, but there's not one like standard butler the way that Anders has.
Okay. I will obviously relay that information to Peaches.
There you go.
All right. Then
yeah, so we might if you want, we can wait for a party, but I like you said, this although I don't think he's going to be walking him out of his mansion. I still think we really shouldn't be waiting for him to host a party, and I don't think there's one happening anytime soon.
Question then.
Answer.
Nope, not question. Actually, that was my question. Let's go find somewhere to sit quietly so that I can attune to this dagger.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna retcon that in for you, so you don't have to worry about that. She has the ability to kind of like swing around. So I'll say that
temporary.
No, but she can attune and unattune you in that space. Like just bang, 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 bang. So
okay, so we would have asked her to do it.
Yeah, in your discussion, in her over kind of like as you're talking about things like who's getting what, I'll say she just did that for you. We don't have to worry about that.
Okay, cool.
I like that we just discussed our plan in front of her, and she's like, "Right."
True, so true. All right, well, let's just double check to make sure this works before we go in there, right?
Yeah.
Stay right here. I'm gonna go behind the wall here, and I'll say something, and I'll grab the dagger, walk around the wall, and
really want to just follow. Okay, I'll stay here.
And I will speak into the dagger. Breaker 1-9er. Them Duke boys are at it again. And I'll walk around the corner again to go back to Peaches. And did it work? Did you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, oh, that was weird.
Perfect.
It's like you're right on my shoulder.
Well, that is the intended purpose of it, so.
All right. Now, if you can sneak in there, and
I might not even need to sneak in there. Like I was told that I
like walk right in, but if you can get in there and find a way to get him to talk about something incriminating, maybe, or if you can find proof of Longass being there.
Yeah. I was planning on trying to. I was planning on trying to find Longass, if I'm being honest. Like that's where once I'm in, I'm gonna see if I can possibly get you in or whatever. Actually, before we do that, do you want to? I can try teaching you this scroll. We can try that.
Ooh. Can warlocks learn invisibility?
Yes, they can.
So she can use the scroll then.
Yeah.
Okay. Peaches, here's what I suggest the plan to be. Okay. I'm gonna take the dagger, take it inside. Okay. I say we use the signal word Bridgewater. If I mention Bridgewater, that's your signal to read the scroll and join me.
Okay.
What do you think of that? Yes? No?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Well, it's just up the street there.
An idea.
You have an idea?
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
You're kind of in Gellen's back pocket, right? Do you actually agree with everything that happened? What's like, do you not have any remorse at all for how it went down?
No.
Okay, so
Peaches.
I think you should use that to try and get an in. You're already in Gellen's back pocket. You are technically part of the crew, accepted by Snake Eyes himself. You might be able to be an inside man.
Am I? Yeah. He's
Would you
very
be
he
comfortable with
knows
that?
my stance on what's happened. He knows that I feel no remorse for what happened on that ship. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I still don't. Because they were slavers. They deserve to die.
Right. We are of differing opinions. We're not going to get into a debate. We are both people. I respect you as a person. Let's try and get you on his good side.
I'm already on his good side.
No. Snake Eyes. Maybe you'll be able to get in with
Captain
him.
Longass?
Yeah. He's already in with Gellen, obviously.
But we don't know that for sure. We don't know what they were talking about. Yes, is he walking around and is Galen speaking with him? Yes, we do know this, but we don't know if they're really necessarily buddy buddy. We don't know anything yet.
I mean,
We've just seen them together. And
you could try and
for all we know, that could have been Wyatt. He is a changeling after all.
well,
You don't know that he's a changeling.
we
Yeah,
don't
I
know
do.
that. We know that, well, we don't know that we don't specifically know that he's a changeling. We know that he can change himself. I don't think either of us know what a changeling is.
Okay,
You know,
fair enough.
outside
My
of
bad.
like trying to not meta game.
No. I thought when he did it in front of me on the ship, because that was the first time I ever saw it, I asked him what it was, and he told me that I'm like,
did he?
I'm like fairly, because I asked him like,
us.
yeah, and I asked him what was that about, and he said not to. I think he told me not to worry about it. So I guess I technically don't know he's a changeling, but
Yeah, we just know that he can change.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, because like disguise self doesn't change your skin type, your skin color.
Yeah, we just know that there's something fishy, and it's not just regular disguise self.
Okay, so I guess
or mask of many faces.
Since I don't know a concrete answer, I guess I do not know he's a changeling.
You just know he's capable of it, which is still a valid point to bring up in this conversation.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, for all we know, it could be Wyatt. I don't trust. I mean, am I friends with him? Yes, but he's still a shisty character.
I mean, you're all shisty characters except for Milo. He's kind of a goody two shoes.
Oh, he's too good to sometimes, honestly.
He's sweet. But we saw Wyatt go off with Feyorn. I don't think Feyorn would be in there.
How do you know?
Good point. I wish Feyorn.
So, once I get in, like I said, Bridgewater will be our code word. I say that. You open up your scroll, and you I'll try to get like a window open, or like leave the door unlocked, or I'll make sure there's a way for you to be able to get in.
Okay, I trust you, and we'll have to figure it out.
All right. Well, it's just down the road there. There should be a bench.
Do I have to attune to the rapier?
I actually don't think +1 weapons require attunement.
No, you don't. It does
Okay.
not.
Can I have?
Because I never attuned to my dagger.
Like a sheath or like a ring for it.
You're looking for a sheath or a ring?
Yeah, because I only have like the daggers and then the quarterstaff. I don't really have anything, so I'm going to need that.
Yeah, I'll say just to kind of help kind of speed things along. So the market has basically everything you could need. You kind of shop around. You can grab like a nice looking sheath for like 5 silver, or you can get like a really basic one for 1 silver.
I'll get the 5 silver one. Let's be bougie.
Okay, what do you want it to look like? Like dragon scale kind of looking thing. You want? I mean, it could match your setup. It could be like a feathered kind of pattern on it.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
Okay.
Sick.
No, let's go something more dwarven.
Dwarven. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go like to match it to like Duldrin's
Sure. So
armor.
you can get one that's like inlaid with like dwarven writing, like dwarven runes.
Sure.
Okay, sweet. And then you know what? I'll say you can think about this as you'd like. I'll say that you can choose kind of what those runes say as well, but you can kind of think about it.
Okay. Okay.
Dope.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna remove silver from my.
Okay.
Question, Mr. DM.
Sure.
Would the bedroom that I stayed at Gellen's the night I stayed there?
Yeah.
Did it had a window?
Let me just double check that.
While I'm checking, I'm just gonna be right back, like 2 seconds.
It did, yes. My gosh, my keyboard is so dirty.
Sorry, I just got massive heartburn right now.
You
so I
literally
need
have
something.
canned air.
Yeah, I know. I need to deal with this.
What's going on?
My keyboard's dirty.
Like he's used canned air on the stream before.
Your bedroom did have a window, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna lead.
Double.
Oh, sorry.
What?
There we go. Problem solved. Would I know the that would I recognize like that window or like know roughly where that bedroom would be at from the outside?
Definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna lead Peaches to that side of the mansion
Okay.
and tell her to wait at that, like, but not directly below it. I don't want her to like this. I'm gonna tell her not to. You know, don't stand right beside the building, but I'll point out the window, say that's where I'll try to get that window open for you. That's where I stayed. So I should be able to get it open for you without him having an issue with it, or at the very least unlock it.
And then I'll just try and find. Hey, let's check to see if this dagger has a range. Why don't you just go for a walk?
Why don't you fly up in the air?
Oh, better idea. Oh, that's a little conspicuous though.
Okay, let's walk away from the mansion and then you fly up in the air.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so let's walk 20 feet away from the mansion and then you can fly up.
Sure, I'll just fly.
Okay.
Somewhere where there's not a lot of people.
Okay.
Just like hold a single note. I'll stop when I can't hear you anymore.
At about 300 feet, you stop hearing it.
Gotcha. Good to know.
All right.
We're flying back.
All right. Well, you stay put, and I will, like I said, Bridgewater, and I will head to the main entrance of the mansion.
Okay.
And before I even knock on the door, does he have a little mailbox on the front, in the front of his door, in the front of the mansion?
He does not.
Okay. I will tap on the door or use a knock or whatever there might be.
For sure. So it's he does have a knocker on it, and it is in the shape of an anchor. It's this nice big brass, and it sends this ringing boom through the house. And
in Latin, the door says, "I will not sink."
Oof. So you knock, and it is a good, at least a minute passes, and you hear something inside, but nobody comes to the door.
I will knock again.
Okay. About another minute goes by, like just a much longer time than what you're used to, and eventually you hear kind of scrambling up to the door, and it opens up, and Gellin himself is there to greet you. Seems like he's put together, looking spry, well adorned, as he normally is.
And I will I'll take my hat off and greet him accordingly.
Milady.
And he looks you up and down. I barely recognized you. What can I do for you, Grix?
Well, I know you said that, I have a place to stay whenever I need it. Well, kind of in the need for it at the moment, if you don't mind. Just me. I wouldn't mind just being able to rest my head for a little bit.
It's the middle of the day.
Yep. Had a long night.
He really just left his house.
What made it a long night?
Well, I'm sure you heard about what happened with the council and how we had to deal with our friend at the Grove. We brought him in front of the council. Ring any bells? And I would also like to discuss with you Giselle, the author for the Kraken's Inc.
Fine, we can discuss what you need to. I'm just a little busy right now, Grix. I can lend you a few minutes. Come with me. And he leads you in. And shut the door behind you, please. And I have to drag you in. So he leads you into this kind of little living area, takes a seat on...
In the entranceway there.
Yeah.
Is there like a side table or like something with a drawer in it?
I'll say, in fact, there is. So right by the door, there are two, one on either side. Clearly meant for there's coat racks next to it as well. So clearly meant for keeping belongings.
I will go to one of the side tables and open the drawer and put the dagger inside of it and close it.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Yep.
Got this. Jesus.
And he so he kind of carries on. He just says, "Come on, Grix. I have 10 minutes for you."
Okay, and I'm guessing he obviously saw me doing it and I stopped doing it.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily do it in reaction to you. He just makes his way into the room and calls it out from the room.
Okay, I will just quickly just put the dagger on top of the table and take my jacket off, throw the jacket on top of the dagger on the table.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will join him in the room.
Okay. I think that.
Can I still hear it through that? Is it muffled?
You can. It's a little bit more muffled, yes, but it's still. I mean, it's serving its intended purpose.
Okay.
So, Giselle is writing a story about what happened with the ship.
Yes.
And about myself and my fellow compatriots that were on the ship when it happened. And well, the words that they're using don't necessarily paint myself and them in the best of light. And I thought I'd come tell you, since I am directly associated with you, that it might affect you.
Grix, I don't mean to be crude here, but at a certain point, you do have to start thinking of things as being not only something that you must solve, but your own problems. I can assure you, especially given that you've moved on to this new way of life, as much as I care about you, this won't impact me. And if it did, I just don't have the time right now to see that something is done about it. As you just mentioned, there's what's going on with Eleander. We're likely going to have a rushed election. I mean, there's just too much going on for me to
Is
be
that
able
what
to
you're
spend time caring about your reputation.
is that what you're busy with at the moment? Is dealing with Eleander in the election?
I mean, that and many other things.
You tell. I can always lend a hand if needed. You know how reliable I am and resourceful I am.
Give me a persuasion check.
Nope. Oh, baby, please, please, please. But not the best.
Jesus, +4.
Okay. You know, I may just take you up on that. I'm sure I could find something for you. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you. But yes, I think I will use you for something.
Care to give a little bit more information besides that?
Well, off the top of my head, it seems as though that group of yours is a little bit more involved in things than I would hope. I don't think that you're of any concern, of course. I trust you. But perhaps running a little bit of reconnaissance, giving me a report on what the activities are.
Within the group, of course.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be an issue at all, actually. In fact, I might have the right tool just for that purpose.
Oh,
If
and
you would
what's
like.
that?
Well, I'm sure you saw me, fumbling at the door when I first walked in. Now, and I'm going to stand up and I'm going to go retrieve the dagger.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it on the table that's sitting between the two of us.
Okay.
This dagger here, I've been told that if you attune with it, you can hear through the dagger.
Oh, interesting. So you're what? You're hearing me twice over right now?
Cards on the table, sir. There is somebody else that is attuned to this dagger at this moment. That
And
is
who might
why.
that be?
Well, it just so happens to be one of my compatriots.
You fucking snake. Sorry.
And why did you feel it necessary to leave it at my front entryway?
Well, I did put my cloak over top of it in the hopes of muffling it. But from what you just told me, you might have more use of it than we have.
So let me get this straight. Your plan is to allow me to use this item to listen in on your group, one of which knows that I will be using this item. Which one is it? Hello in there.
Well, it's the bird.
Peaches.
Fuck you. Oh my God.
Yes, that is her.
Well, Peaches. He kind of like puts his hands together in his lap. Let me ask the both of you then. What was it that you were hoping to learn here?
Honestly, I don't know what she was wanting to hear what you had to say. I have no idea. But she attuned to it at first, and she gave it to me, and she explained to me what exactly its purpose was. So I brought it in here, and like I said, I put the cloak over it to in the attempt to silence you, possibly hide our conversation or to muffle it at the very least. And here we are. I don't know what her intention is or was with listening in on what you might have to say, but I've known you far longer, and I thought I might as well disclose this to you.
Very well. Grix, why don't you come with me for a moment?
And this dagger, are we leaving it here?
No, I think it should come along.
Okay. And I will pick it up and carry it with me, and I will wait to follow him.
Okay, just give me 1 sec here.
Yeah.
Okay. Come along. He just kind of walks out and up. Just click on the staircase once you get up the stairs.
Oh,
here.
okay. Hold on. I'm trying to. Oh God, what's going on? I'm outside now.
Oh, whoops. There you go. So he kind of leads you up the
I
stairs.
clicked it. We're good.
Okay.
Maybe.
I want to
don't-
beat the shit out of you in real life.
Okay. So he kind of leads you.
I don't. Oh, okay. Maybe. There we go. Okay,
So
I'm there.
he leads you into a room that you have never seen before.
Okay.
This is not the same direction that your room was. Your room was on the other side of the house. And he And he just kind of leads you through this room, over and up. And he stands outside of this door here. And he says, Grix, I need you to be honest with me. And then he kind of like walks behind you, closes the door at the end of the hallway before carrying on. And actually, you know what, Peaches, I'm going to bring your token up just so you can kind of see where they're at too. I should have brought you along just for the ride. I'll make you invisible so they can't see you.
Let the bird out.
No. I'm sorry, give me 1 sec. I just need to.
I mean, does it matter? Because Peaches can't see anyways.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Just for my sake.
Yeah. You can still move, right?
Yep.
Grix, be honest with me. What did you really come here for? Because as far as I can tell, you lied just to get into my house.
Yes, I did.
And while I appreciate the change of heart, I can't say that I appreciate the initial attempt.
You're right.
So why is it that you're here?
Well, before I arrived here, we were speaking with Giselle. After we were speaking with Giselle, Peaches happened to spot a pigeon. And not only that, but across the river to the south of your house, she saw you along with the captain of the ship we brought back. And she wanted to get dirt on you to figure out what possibly might be going on with you and the captain, and why the captain might be staying at your house, and why you might be talking with the captain. That is the truth.
Very well. I appreciate you being honest with me. And you see him kind of like reach down to his wrist, and he like rolls up his sleeve, and he's got this kind of like interlaced brass bracelet on with like a jade stone on top. And you see him just kind of like twist the stone, and it emits this like little glow for a half a second. And then you hear thudding from the direction that you came. And then you hear the thudding kind of get increasingly louder, and then you hear it stop pretty clearly just outside the door. Oh. Let me ask you something. Pretend that you were in my shoes. You have somebody, a friend of yours, that you trust and that you have taken care of his entire life. And all of a sudden, he sees that, well, he thinks that he sees something that could be damning, incriminating, totally destroy your life, everything that you've built. And you have built a lot, not only financially, but politically. And they come here initially with the intent to expose and destroy you. They fess up to it. Do you trust that person?
No, I wouldn't.
And let's say, for example, in our hypothetical here, and he reaches in his pocket and grabs a key.
Grix is
puts
dying.
it, and puts it into the door. And he unlocks the door. He says, let's say hypothetically that you were involved. And he holds up the dagger in his other hand. Key still in the door. He's got it unlocked. And he just holds up the dagger and he says, and let's say that you were involved, which would be, and he speaks into the dagger very clearly, impossible to prove to anyone but themselves. What would you do?
Okay.
This is the only person who has anything that could potentially topple your life's work.
Well, considering that person doesn't have any solid evidence besides hearsay, and the only people that would know are the people that are currently speaking and listening in, well, those could just be words of a lunatic, of a crazy person.
And what if he knew for sure and he pulls the door open and standing in front of you is the captain? Then what?
I don't see anybody.
I wish that were so. And you see him kind of like rub his wrist again, and the door that you came through slowly creaks open.
And there was another one of my characters.
You can't make it to level fucking 3.
No, I'm dying. Fuck. It's understandable. I get it. Oh, fuck.
And these two walking sets of armor with this like kind of green glow emanating from inside the helmet just kind of like stomp their way in, very military like, and they like block the doorway.
Do I hear everything happening?
Yep.
Like the walking and stomping and all that shit too?
I mean, you wouldn't hear it quite as clearly as Grix, but you do hear it.
Upon them entering, now, Galen, I'm sure we can talk about this. we can put the dagger away and we can discuss this as
I can't believe that you've done this.
Am I really the person that you should be sending these after, not the one that's listening
you fucker.
You?
Because if what is about to happen,
that's not a backbone. That's a fence post for you to sit on.
If what is about to happen is I think it's going to happen, there's still somebody out there that knows.
Oh, I'm aware of that. Not hard to spot. After everything that I've done, I want you to think for a moment. How sick I must feel in my stomach. I feel terrible that you've done this.
As you should. But is this really the route you're going to take?
One second. What choice have you left me? You clearly have it in you to turn your back on somebody who has taken care of you. What more could I have possibly given you to earn your unending and unrelenting trust?
Well, considering the only thing that I've lied about is the reason for wanting to come inside, and I immediately told you what my intentions were for coming in, I think that should grant me at least some solace, some, anything, possibly another chance.
He just kind of stares at you.
You have to remember who's on the other side of that dagger, listening in.
Stop.
3, 2, 1.
Your allegiance is clearly very easily lost. So standing here, maybe there is something else that can be done.
Anything. What do I have to do to earn your trust back?
You know, there is a war that's about to break out. And it seems as though you're quite connected and in line to potentially be dealing with that.
You're talking about certain folk. Is that safe to assume?
That's right. And then as he says that, the two the two sets of armor, they kind of like their faces glow again, and he like looks over at them. He says, "What is it now?" One of them walks up and just in this kind of like tinny robotic voice just says, Eliander has been killed.
Whoa.
And then kind of just shuffles back. You see Galen kind of like roll his eyes. He says, well, what timing. He kind of closes his eyes, like cracks his neck.
I thought you asked if I wanted you to.
Yes, it seems as though there will be need for you. Both of you. In fact, all of you.
No.
Saltmarsh will not be getting involved in whatever's happening down there. But I think that would be an appropriate place for you all to go and, well, die for all I care. But you will look
That's
into
fair.
things, because I suppose that's something that needs to be done. Give me. Go ahead and just throw out an insight check here, buddy.
Let's see.
Okay.
Dirty 20, baby.
He is. He's bullshitting something here. He clearly wants you to go. It seems like, but his reasoning is not quite as straightforward. It seems to be just kind of making that up. You will head down there because, well, things need to be dealt with. We can't have war on our front door.
Understandable.
However, and he takes the dagger and he actually puts it in the face of one of the armors, and it kind of just drops into it. And it just, like, from your perspective, Peaches, you just hear this kind of like hollow banging, and then just like everything else just gets muffled. You can kind of hear like just like as they're talking. You can't really hear anything. There's something I need you to take. You don't have a choice in the matter. And
Understandable.
He just kind of closes his eyes and nods at the suits of armor, and you hear stomping, and then you hear the stomping kind of go up and above you, and then stomping back down, comes back around, and you see it's holding a vial, fairly large vial of a black liquid. Before I tell you this next part, I want you to know this ain't how I expected it to go either, guys. So
drink this?
Woo! Hot dog, baby.
By my account, you know exactly what this is, and you know exactly where it's going.
Do you want me to bring this to the war front?
Perhaps you don't know exactly where it's going.
Peaches?
Oh, Grix. If only it were that easy. She doesn't hear us anymore, by the way. It's just you and me. Think harder.
You want me to give it to a member of the council? I don't. You want me to drink it?
You can do it yourself, or my friends here can help you.
You either drink it or it becomes an enema.
So my choices are drink this or die.
Not even.
Wouldn't drinking this vial cause me to die anyways?
Perhaps later down the line. We haven't really discovered that far.
Now, if I drink this, do I earn your trust back? Or do I at least start to earn your trust back?
Oh, you will have my unending trust. And you won't even have to do anything to earn it, because it will be there whether you like it or not.
I'll take the vial and I'll inspect it.
It flows like water, but it is totally opaque. You cannot see through it. It's black. Black as the void.
Am I allowed to ask what's to become of the captain? Or should I drink this first?
He will have a trial. Nobody will be in attendance. And he will be convicted and sent to a prison where nobody sees him. At least that's what your perception will be, as will everyone else's.
No. Wouldn't it not be easier? Because, I mean, who all knows that you have him? that you're stowing him here. Not that it's any of my concern. You don't need to give names. Just it was more just asking to see if anybody knew, because it sounds like it'd be a lot easier just to kill him, like the rest of his crew.
So when you ask who knows, you see this like, give me an insight check real quick.
Okay.
So you see him look to the side, like just a brief moment, like
That's
down
a nat one, by the way.
down the other end of the hallway. You just see him kind of like look down the hallway, and you don't pick up anything else. He just looks down the hallway, and yes, just a select few. And Grix, I'll have you know, I will take no more convincing from somebody else who tries to raid my home and extract information from me. So, bottoms up.
I will pop the cork, and I will down the vial.
Maybe, yeah.
And as you're drinking it, because it is quite a few like glugs to get it down.
Yep.
As you're drinking it, he says, first of all, one of the suits of armor starts humming that tune as it's going down. And Peaches, give me a perception check. So Peaches, you hear the vague sound of that tune being hummed. That's the only thing you pick up in the midst of all this muddled speech. He says,
God, Feyorn.
forget what you saw here. In fact, what you did see is somebody willing to give you a shot at redemption and forgiveness. And somebody that trusts you so deeply that the biggest threat facing our town, I have entrusted you with handling it. You and your remarkable group of adventurous friends. And as he's saying these words, like they all just ring so true in your mind. I was angry. And I was acting rash. But then a wave of forgiveness swept over me, and I came to my senses. And I let you back out. And I begged you for forgiveness for even being angry at you. But now I've entrusted you so deeply. Best of luck. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot. And he takes a tiny little pebble. It's kind of, as you look at it, it's got like a little bit of a stone like hook to it. And he reaches inside your earlobe, like where it curls in, and he places it in there and he hooks it into your ear. And as you finish the bottle, he kind of like looks at you, that jolly expression over his face. The door behind you is closed again. And the two suits of armor are gone. Grix, I want to thank you for coming by. You had every right to be suspicious of me, but I hope now that we can forgive each other.
So do I. I can start making reprimands for my actions.
Well, those lizard folk aren't going to deal with themselves. Let's go see what they're up to, shall we? And go tell that friend Peaches of you, that friend of yours, Peaches, that everything is all right and that there will be a handsome payment for when you're finished.
Okay, so I'll tell her that, and I
Wow.
guess we will, and I'll try to get her and the rest of my group to head to the war front. Is that
Very well.
my understanding?
Absolutely. And as quickly as possible, if you would. I just need to take one pause, by the way, at that, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves, think about what you're going to do. I'll be right back.
You're a fucking snake. I can't believe you fucking did that.
I'm a
Oh
fucking
my
I'm a goblin.
God.
I don't know why you expected it to go any other way. You actually expected it to go like literally any other way?
World. You can play it however you fucking want.
Yeah, and I'm playing it like my character.
Oh my God, you just put a target on all of us.
On
Way
me.
more than before.
Not really, because we're gonna fucking go to the
He
warfront
knows
now.
that I heard all of it.
Not all of it, not the ending. Listen! I didn't expect it to go that way either, to be fair.
You caved immediately.
Yeah, I did.
Shut up, Rosie. Kelvin.
Of course, like, okay, but like, would you not have done the same exact thing with your fucking
No.
patron of the council?
No. Not like
All right.
that.
Oh well,
I
I have a
would've
different.
heard
I have a
all
different. I
the
guess I just
time.
have a different relationship with my patron than you.
He just literally can't even talk about it because it's metagaming.
I'm playing my character.
Fucking believe you.
To be fair, I was gonna go with our plan, and then he fucking
Just immediately gave up
yeah, pretty much.
right off the bat.
Well, I trust him more than I trust the
How'd that
group.
turn out for you?
To be fair, I do trust him more than I trust the group. Especially, I trust him way more than I trust you. To be fair, like character-wise.
God. Even knowing that he's in cahoots with the bad guy?
Yes.
Going into that, you didn't have any doubt of him?
You wonder like my Grix is like fully okay with what happened on the ship.
Who
Completely.
made you kill a goblin? You were not okay with that at that moment.
Yeah, well, I wasn't okay with killing the goblin. But like the rest of the crew being killed, okay, what do you fucking do?
Yeah, but that's where
But
that's where there's the
the
disconnect
captain
for me,
is going to
because
the captain's going to jail. Still, he's gonna face his fucking due course.
right
It's
now,
not like Gellin and the captain are working together.
But going in, you didn't know that.
You're right.
Did you have
Then
any pause going in? Like I'm fucking flabbergasted right now. I can't believe you fucking sold me out immediately.
Well, I'm not gonna immediately turn my back on the fucking guy that like in my back, like that's like been there for me for years. For as long as I've been in Saltmarsh, this guy has been there for me. So I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, yeah, was he talking to him? Yes. But in that same breath, I don't know the context. I don't know what's going on. For all we knew, he could have been interrogating him.
But you also didn't have to sell me out. He didn't have to know I was attuned to that.
Oh well. I'm telling him the truth. I'm telling him the full truth.
Look where it got you.
I'm alive, aren't I?
Drink the Blackwater.
Yeah, that shit's fucking like well, you fucking saw my other option was either drink the black vial or die. My ass ain't my fucking Grix character is not dying at level fucking 3. I'm playing my character. What do you want from me? Grix is not Ethan, and Ethan is not Grix. Grix is Grix. Grix is a fucking goblin. This isn't the first time I've fucking done this to you.
I can hear him from down here.
He can hear us. He can hear us.
That must have been an interesting conversation that I missed out on.
Meg is pissed. Meg is not happy with me like at all.
I mean,
I don't blame her. I'm not blaming her at all. I just had to tell her, I'm like, listen.
I haven't said a word for the last minute. He's just been defending himself.
I'm Grix. Like Grix is a fucking goblin.
I'm a goblin. What do you expect? I haven't said anything.
I'm playing my character.
Going.
I am playing my character.
Yeah. Okay, so Grix, this is what takes place over the next minute or so. You are really foggy, like just your head's in a fucking whirl. It's just like you're hammered, and your memories are kind of just like shaky all over the place. the best that you actually, you know what? No, we're gonna do this. You're gonna roll to see what your memory conclusions are. So give me a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Can
It's kind of
I,
going to be like a skill check. Yep.
is there any chance that I could roll like a perception to see if I picked up on any like certain words or anything, or is it just complete muffled?
No, absolutely. Let's try. It's going to be a little tough. So what we're going to say is just roll at disadvantage, and we'll see what you pick up. Whoa, with disadvantage. Oh my. Okay. So shit, Peaches. Good fucking
Rolled
check.
You rolled
14.
14 twice. That's crazy.
Okay,
That happened to me
so
in my other campaign the other day. I rolled 2 18s or 16s or something.
so you let me think. Just one second. God, I'm still doing the Gellin voice. Jesus Christ, even as just me. You pick up. I'm trying to remember at which point he threw it in.
Just before he got the vial.
Right. You pick up Grix saying, "You want me to give it to Peaches?" And and basically Gellin's response, which was it was essentially like I can't remember the exact words, but it was essentially like you like I forget what I said, but it was essentially like you don't know you like no, you're being stupid, essentially. That's what he said. Okay. Okay.
I think it was
You
like
haven't
you don't know where it has to go.
what's that?
I think you said something along the lines of like you don't know where it has to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So though basically those like vague three things. Okay. Grix, given your saving throw, which is a pretty good one, your recollection by the time you get out the front door,
Mhm.
as he just kind of ushers you out, you're being tasked with going to deal with this lizard folk problem from Gellin.
Mhm.
Originally, I wasn't going to have you remember that he was even angry with you at all. You don't remember necessarily that you were trying to like get him on anything. You remember that the captain was at his house, but you believe that he was holding him there against his will. You remember the kind of suits of armor, but the way you remember them is like those were the things that were holding the captain in his room. And Gellin was basically holding him there as like a temporary prison to be tried at a later date.
Does
However,
he remember that Eleander is dead?
Or was that an audible that I picked that up basically?
you
at
heard
all?
that 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
You heard it too. You do recall that Eleander was said to be dead, and but you do remember Gellin being really, really angry with you, and you being very afraid of him. You just can't remember why.
Yeah.
Like you were fearing for your life for some reason, and you just don't know what it was. But it was directly from Gellin. It wasn't from something else. Okay. Good saving throw. Grix, you walk out the front door.
Did I grab my cloak?
Yeah, in fact, he grabs it for you. He sticks your dagger in your pocket, and he just says, "It was lovely speaking with you, Grix," and he quickly shuts the door behind him.
The second that after Peaches recognized that the music was being hummed or sung or whatever playing,
Yeah.
that's when she left.
Where are you
And
leaving
is
to?
flying to the Grove.
Go to the Grove. Oh shit. Okay, I like that. I like that. Okay. Okay. Grix,
She left before they even got out of the house.
Okay. Grix, you get out of the house, and I mean, your closest memory was also that you were to head to the Grove to meet up with everybody.
And that's
So,
what I plan on doing, is going there and gonna tell the rest of the group to let's go to the war front. We got to go deal with that.
okay. And before we close this out, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, you're. I think you said that we're going to the war front, but you were also told to tell Peaches that everything was okay.
Yes.
So your first task is looking for Peaches.
100%.
Okay.
So I guess I would go look for her where I left her, find her not there.
Yeah.
And then
head.
talking to the dagger. Peaches, where you at? Obviously, I get no response. Obviously, she doesn't come get me. And after probably waiting good 5-10 minutes without, repeatedly asking where she's at, I would then go to the Grove.
Okay. Now, the only thing I'm going to give you before we go, and this is just for Peaches, is Peaches, when you get to the Grove, you can see your compatriots are all there. Loris is there. And Ida is there standing, talking to Milo, like holding his face, talking to him. And you can see, as you're kind of like flying overhead, you can see him crying before they don't really even notice you. You can see Milo crying. And Anders is there as well. So that's what you see. And that's where we're going to close it. That, let me tell you, fucking guys, that shit is not what I anticipated.
Message Simo, let him know it's over.
Yeah.
That's not what I expected either.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't mine.
You were
it was
nice.
It was my intention to not bring. I wasn't planning on having you listen in on any of the conversations.